the freeze going from right to left on your screen of choice. The freeze will send that one in, or rather the Steelheads will, and it's marked in the middle of the ground. So here is the man, I believe there in Worth, and he'll send that one deep going in, and that will skip and hop. Ball goes up into the air, not free. Mooney was there. Warden for Portland was knocked off the football, and then able to get it out there in the middle of the ground. That one is soccered on, and that will go through. Stayed with the football once again. Through, they try to sort through the players, and we will have a ball up. No score here in the early going. Of course, my name is Brian Barish, and I'm joined by Rod Grillicic. Grilla, this is going to be a tight game. These two teams have already faced each other early on, with Minnesota taking out the win.
They do, and Portland Steelheads have a phenomenal season record. You can allude to that a bit later. This is a Division 2 final, the final countdown here, the final opportunity to see if they are the champions, my friends. D2. Anyways, in the offensive region here for Portland, he was tackled, slung to the ground. Umpire said nothing doing, or did he? The ball is out of bounds right in front of the Cooper's tent. Cooper's Beer being the major sponsor in this tournament. Find your red Solo cup, fill it up, let's have a party. Brian Barish.
Ball comes back in the play. I'll tell you what, the crowd is starting to build as the tournament finals are wrapping up around the score complex. Ball comes into the middle. They find the man there in 53 who is, check that, who is Anderson, who sends that one inside 50, and that one will skitter through and go out of bounds. So those of you watching for the first time, it's not rugby, it's not soccer, it's a whole other game. It's one of the most exciting games in the world as they try and get the ball between those two big posts on either side. Ball gets sent down the line up the far side, marked in the middle. Ball goes to ground, and out of there is Elliot Boys. He'll send that one forward. This is Scott, don't call me Lyle Wagner. Wagner with a pretty good look at 35. Now you hit that as sweetly as you could, and Scott Wagner has the first score of the Division II Grand Final. It's a six-pointer. That's a goal. On the Cooper scoreboard, it's the Portland Steelheads, one straight 6. Minnesota, no score, Grilla.
That's it, and they got that against the breeze, if you will. The scoring end is to the left of your screen as you watch it now. The breeze isn't as strong as yesterday. It's not yesterday once more, but more or less it's still a breeze kicking into, and one against it is worth 2 with it, Brian.
And we're back in the middle of the ground now. After a goal, the umpire will toss the ball in the air. It's almost like two centers in basketball, except they can get a little bit of a running start through the wickets there of the man in Spencer Reesbeck. And now back the other way, Minnesota. How can they answer? Well, they don't have the football. Out to the near side, up in the air. It'll bounce. It'll skip. It'll hop. Now over through. Go over to get it there. The 41 for Minnesota is David Nicholson. Sends that one inside 50. It skitters away from the man chasing after it in Dustin Mahoney, and the ball will go out of bounds here in the early going. Now, we said in the other game, Grilla, the greatest thing, one of the things I like about this game is there's no specialized positions. Everybody is the quarterback, everybody's a wide receiver, anybody can run with the ball. You have to be able to do everything.
And you have to be fit to do that, so fitness is paramount, as Tom Ellis, the US Revolution coach, will tell you. That one is not pretty fly off the boot, but has flown away into foul territory, if you will, on the full. And what happens here? Well, it's a free kick to the opposition. The opposition on this account being the Portland Steelheads, the number 65. Let's get on down on him. Is he listed? Yes, he is there in Clegg. Clegg kicks up the line, does connect. Connects with another Steelhead. Right half back flank, attacking this thing called USAFL football. Blanket to the fire off the boot to the number 3 there for the Minnesota Freeze. Put the freeze on him, iced him, Ryan Marks. And the barrage umpire will make it happen. He will toss this in just out of field goal range for Minnesota. Like a wheel, I'm going to spin it in AC/DC fashion. There's the fashion nugget. The number 18 you see for the Freeze there was Sathiathanan. He moves the chains down to the forward line. It's hot down there, picked up by the Freeze. Okay, folks, this is over the top. Bang, shoots and scores. The number one for the Portlands for the Minnesota Freeze, Ryan McLuhan, Brian Barish.
Man-to-man they call Haga has equilibrated the score on the Cooper scoreboard. Each team has one straight kick. That's worth 6 points. One goal, 6 points for each side. Here in the early going, the 2018 Division II National Championships as we go back into the middle of the ground. And one thing Minnesota is doing here, Grilla, they are finding their spots. Just like Portland, that little punch in the gut, that early goal that Wagner scored for Portland, they got a chance to set up their offense and kick the goal.
Maintaining their structures too, under pressure, under fire in the middle of the ground. They fire it out with a 5-finger death punch to Minnesota Freeze out towards the alley on the left side towards the broadcast box. That man again that was involved in the last play in Safi and Nathan being prominent, and again it's like deja vu. The ball is out of bounds once again from the region where they scored there, or started their sortie forward from where their last goal was scored, Brian.
Yeah, that's where the magic began, about 60 meters out from the target. You see a little bit of an arc there. That's a 50-meter arc. That's basically there for distance. Doesn't serve any real function. So bootlegging around now is the man with a very good kick in and Tiger Warner. And Warner, that may have the purchase to go all the way. Now they're claiming it was touched. In fact, it was. Now it is behind. He pulled out the 2 flags. So what happens there is when the ball goes through, it can bounce through, but if it's deflected through or if it hits the post, then it counts, but it's 1 point. It's a behind. But that gives them the lead on the Cooper scoreboard. Minnesota 1-1-7, Portland 1 straight 6.
Yes, they're locking down there. Minnesota Freeze, if you will, building a National Guard around that arc and not letting it come out. The umpire says, well, I'll bring it out if you're going to walk in and grab the rock. And send that rock up vertical, 8 miles high, falling fast, tapped down there by the Freeze. The Freeze not far out from goal. There was a gang tackle, no way out of there, so the joke to the 5th, the umpire says. Hendricks fashion, hold it up to the heavens, Brian, see if you can clear it.
Here we go, see if they can clear the present danger. Punch forward, Minnesota beginning to choke them here. Mahoney tried to get a foot to the ball, but it's kept in by Warner. Tiger Warner, his name is Andrew, but everyone calls him Tiger. Sends that one across high and hard. Here is C.J. Adams. C.J. Adams, just 18 years old, threw that one on to the left. It just went behind the stick, and it was through for behind. And Chris Adams Jr., whose dad is a legend in the USAFL. Yes, played for Baltimore, Washington, played for Philadelphia. He went through the system with the Washington Juniors.
That's right.
He's going to school at University of Minnesota playing for the Freeze. It's 8-6 is the score now.
Steelheads try a different location this time, having the time of their life. Like G with an O, O with a D, T with an I, M and an E spells good time in the middle of the ground here for Portland. Portland have it in the middle now. Which way will I go? Where will I go now? Looking downtown, long bomb baby, perhaps he will. Gives it everything he's got, and that's a lot. He'll drive you wild and crazy the forward line. In the forward line for the Steelheads. Oh, Minnesota Freeze, let's get on the hell out of there. They try and hook up in the middle of the ground with somebody, looking for somebody to love. Ching, 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 the pinball effect. Oh, affected through the pack is the helmeted one. 2 helmets getting together there, and maybe no one will whip them apart. Umpire says holding the ball, had prior opportunity. Brian Barrett's free kick, Minnesota.
And it goes to the play in Safianjian. So here is Niraj Safianjian who will go forward. It's dropped, going after the football. There's C.J. Adams, the man in the blue helmet, and it's a free kick, and it's been awarded to Mr. Adams. He's going to play on quickly, but I think the umpire was saying, no, you got to come back. And in fact, that's it. So let's explain that to our viewers. On a free kick, in scoring distance, in this case inside 50, you have to be set up. You can't just go on and play advantage. So what they'll do is they have to center them up relative to where the center of the scoring area is.
Yeah, that's it. Well, they make the mark like in the NFL. There's the mark. When they set the scrimmage, this is not a scrimmage, but that particular mark sets the mark from which he has to kick over.
So here is C.J. Adams. He will stroll in. The kick from 45. He got decent purchase on it. It's off to the side. It is a mark. It was in the field of play. And that is Mahoney, who will go up the left side now. It's marked, and it actually may have gone out of bounds on the full. Well, let's check this again. They're going to unless they're going to replay the mark. Not sure what they're doing here, but we'll figure it out in just a moment as the ball is brought back. I think they're just checking the mark. or is it a boundary throw?
Looks like it's going to be a boundary throw-in. I dare say, Brian, the boundary umpire does have it.
So it looked like it was caught, but it wasn't a mark and was carried over the boundary line is what happened.
No, it's a point. In fact, over the point.
We were all wrong. And just like 80% of my marriage, I was wrong. So a point to the Minnesota Freeze. That takes them on to 1-3-9. It's a 3-point lead over the Portland Steelheads as Martin Coventry comes out of the back.
Here they come. Coventry, convoy to the forward lines. A convoy of players. Handball through the pack, underground style. 41 you see there for the Freeze. Was David Nicholson. He ran out of space and time. And in time, the boundary umpire will come and spin this back into play. Play action in the alley, right-hand side, slightly to the advantage of the Portland Steelheads. Heads it on down, players behind the pack, attacking this thing called USAFL football. 42 you saw for the Freeze there was Reisenbeck. Reisenbeck out towards the left half forward flank, man-oh-man situation. Who will come in and change the atmosphere down there? Turn around, shot on goal by the Freeze! The Freeze, they shoot the thrill! They shoot with 6 points! Freeze on fire, imagine that. Now they move on to 2-3. That's 15, leading the Portland Steelheads to a 1-straight kick 6. Brian Barrett.
There you see on the replay one, Chris Bygiratis. Sorry, Chris, I mangled your name, but back in the middle of the ground. And Minnesota just getting a little bit more on offense. And we're going to send it down to our man, Gil Griffin. And Gil, we want you to just explain. We were talking about the positions and structure. Talk about the positions in Aussie Rules football.
Well, the positions in Aussie Rules football is sort of similar to ice hockey if you think about a forward line, a back line, and players who patrol the middle. Midfielders will get most of the ball, and unlike in American sports, really who has more influence on the game are the midfielders, and they really are looked at as the most valuable commodity by the number of possessions they get per match.
There we go, back in the middle. USAFL football, pure football, the hottest tournament in town here in Racine. Racing towards the forward line here. Portland, they punt it up, baby. Punt it up. They're going to try and get a goal before half-time. Yes, handball this way, then that. Little man-on-man action out there. Play action, centre half forward for the Steelheads. Picked up by number 25 there for the Freeze. There was Habel. Habel was unable to. He was caught with the ball. Free kick, Portland. Every moment's another chance. Eminem will tell you. And here's a chance through the big number 44 or the 14, and it's Matt Warden. Warden is going to go whack with either his right or left foot. He's going to kick what they call a drop punt. So he will punt this, kick it on its vertical. No vertigo, well it is, lost balance, went off the right-hand side and out of bounds on the full free kick to Minnesota Freeze.
And you see the umpire make the signal, stretching his arm out, pretending he's a plane landing up the road at General Mitchell Airport. Well, no, it just signals that it's out on the full. So a free kick to the near side. He handballs it around. He goes through. Here's Brett Mergen, played some footy in Western Australia, able to whack it out of there. The ball falls to the 52, the man in Austin Flint. Flint will send that one goalward, and it is gone out on the full. In fact, it's been marked out of the back line. So here comes Minnesota trying to switch the scenery, going up the right side, and a nice juggling mark taken there by the man on Ian Robertson. Robertson will go again short, up the far side corridor, and again it's taken, and here they go again. Another mark up the far side, dropped one there, and that one will go out of bounds as Jarrett Gilbert couldn't hang on to the ball cleanly. It'll be a boundary throw from directly across of me. I'm Brian Barish, and him, he's Grilla.
15 plays, 6. Minnesota Freeze in control. Breezes drop, no real advantage to the left of your screen. Screaming through like a screaming jet now is Portland off towards the wing. Takes the ball like that tackle. Got to give it away now. He has. Through to Morgan. Morgan up towards the forward line. Who will he find? Ball. A free bird chopped off on the pass by Minnesota. They work it out. You give it to me. I give it to you. I'll try and rescue by hand or by foot. Not on my watch, says Portland. The Steelheads trying to be forging themselves strong like steel, but Minnesota chop it off on the pass. Stop, prop, and give it all their loving towards the centre of the ground. No one's there except the Susie Q free. Gathered by Minnesota. Got a good beat on it. Offloads to the man in the shotgun. The number 16 there for the Freeze is Warner. Tiger. The Tiger back kicks forward and standing there like the Statue of Liberty. Tall and strong. There's the number 1 there for the Freeze and Ryan McLuhan. McLuhan's got to go to Big Mac from just on his field goal range. He's going to swing low, sweet cherry. He's going to keep that ball low over his boot. He's coming forth now to try and carry this home Home is about 48 metres out from goal. And he knows where home is. It's cleared the line. It's 6 more points to the Freeze. Brian Barry.
And that extends their lead on the Cooper scoreboard. That takes them on to 3-3-21 as McLuhan bangs home his second. 1 straight 6 for the Steelheads. It's out to a 15-point lead. The Minnesota Freeze, Division II champions in 2006 and in 2012. They're looking to do that again here in Racine. Now, Portland had a lot of success in Division III. They won twice in a row from 2015 to 2016. They make the move now. There are a lot of people that think they could have been Division I. They're playing kind of in that range.
And the fabric of the Minnesota Freeze was set back in around 2006-2007 with an exchange program down to Australia in a place called Fremantle through the Notre Dame University and St. John's up there in Minnesota.
In fact, yes, and as the university program, as we said, with C.J. Adams in the University of Minnesota, hoping maybe to get something started there. Long, big, booming kick, McLuhan, yes!
Big men do dominate matches, Brian.
And that is what Hanga is doing. The cream rises to the top. And so McLuhan, who has 2 in his pocket, and let me tell you that the one-on-one contest, the big man will almost always get that. So here is McLuhan looking for his 3rd. The kick will come from 45. It's a wounded duck of a ball. It's knocked down in front. Ball is still in play. Picked up. Just got it to his foot. Not really. Mahoney drags it in. Now, you're not allowed to do that, but the umpire says let the record play. Well, you're supposedly not allowed to do that, and the ball will again be hugged in there and will have a ball up. And the interesting thing there, it's all about positioning, and especially experienced guy like McLuhan, it's all about getting in front of your defender.
And being aware of where he is in the offensive region. He's the go-to man, and he's happy to be that. Portland will race this in Racine out of the defensive block. No hook-up, good beat on the ball. The number 11 there beat it. Fisher caught the ball, holding the ball, broke Portland Brand to the deck. Did not give it up there, that chase the Portland Steelhead. Where will he head? Out the side door. What will I do? Give it further up the ground. Here's a kick. Here's a kick, flatliner. No one there except the intercepting man of the 43 who undercut the route, if you will, and Traunce. Sturdy. Told now to play on. Pumps the jam, pump it up. Let's get this place. A jumping in front, fist from behind, smack down in this throwdown of USAFL football and Racine in Wisconsin. A little delicate push through there, Ronaldo style, to accommodate that man again, that number 18, who's making that flanky zone there in Santhia Nathan. Santhia Nathan, the specialist half-forward flanker, talking about a boundary rider who's a specialist, a boundary umpire. He'll throw this in just in front of the ESPN camera platform, Brian Barish.
Yeah, I'm glad to be with you here on ESPN3 across the country, around the world, here from Racine, Wisconsin, Division II national champions getting taken to the ground. The ball spills out to the man, number 42, and Spencer Respick. Now, we got to talk about that triumvirate for Minnesota. The man in Brent Mergen, who we saw earlier, Brent Fisher, and Tiger Warner, all 3 players representative and all played footy in Western Australia at one time or another. And that one will be set on. That came from the field behind us. That's a don't argue. That's a stiff arm. We call it a don't argue by Stephen Fashant, another Revo player. That one's going to go inside 50. Mahoney's able to get it out of jail. Looking for Martin Coventry, who takes the mark. Now, Coventry's got a lot of history. He's been around since '99. He's played for 4 different USAFL teams. And a big crunch in there by Peter Doyle. And getting it out, looking in short, was Robertson. Looking for a target, looking for Warner. Would have to settle for somebody else. In fact, would have to settle for Reisbeck. And the ball goes out of bounds on the full.
That does. Free kick going the way. The number 14 there for Minnesota is Robertson. Here's to you, Mr. Robertson, and Jesus loves you more than ever you know. Down there in the half-foot line. Ho, 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 at the back of the pack. Attack. Portland, Minnesota Freeze, Division II final. USAFL Nationals here in Racine, Wisconsin. On the green grass off Cooper's Field. They can't clear the grass at the moment. It's locked down. Umpire comes in and says, well, I'll clear you guys. I am your saver. Give it to the hand of fate. And the hand of fate tosses it to the heavens. Brian Barish.
Back underway again. Knocking that one forward out of the ruck was Ryan. Don't call me Groucho Marx. And the ball will go out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in. The score is 21-6 on the strength of 3 goals and 3 behinds. Now, those are all unanswered points, by the way, because if you remember, the Steelheads got that first goal of the game through Wagner, and now out of the back they come. Going out to the near side, trying to get position was Luke Mooney. Couldn't get to it. It bounces to the man in respect. Oh, Pig, the ball is harder in there than 12th grade algebra, and there goes the hooter. It is halftime at the football. The score again, it's the Minnesota Freeze, 3 goals, 3 behinds, 21 points, and the Portland Steelheads won 1 straight 6, Grilla.
Yes, well, Minnesota Freeze, impenetrable in their back line, quick across the midfield, and specialist forward lines, but the big guy, the big man, the bezel on a G-shot, Ryan McLuhan, down there at centre-half forward, has been the difference for mine.
All right, let's go down to Gil, who's got some stats for us. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brian and Gorilla, when we're talking about taking opportunities in Aussie rules, one category in which both clubs are tied is inside 50s, and for our American viewers, that's the number of times a team will get the ball in its forward 50, leading to goal scoring opportunities. They're even right now, so the inside 50 count is 10 apiece between both clubs, but as you can tell from the scoreboard, it's been Minnesota that's really been able to take advantage of those opportunities with their accuracy.
And that's what it is. It's about making your chances count. We're going to step aside and come back with the second half of this one.
So we're just bring it out here. So still, you know, how they're going to get back into this match is a thing. But what we've been talking about, that thing called the breeze, which is coming blowing down the road, a 2-goal factor. Minnesota kick with it that particular half. Who knows? It's starting to strengthen now. Maybe that will aid the Steelheads. They'll be kicking with it this quarter. And the margin, Brian, is only what when we look at it. It is 15 points. So there are only 3 straight kicks out of it, really.
And I'll tell you what, they're definitely having their way with them the same way that they had in the first game in pool play. They were both in pool A. Now the Portland Steelheads, that was their first loss of the season. They were 10-0 during the regular season, and they finally lost. As we take a look, of course, the 3 nations represented, the USA, Australia, and our friends up in Canada. And you can see the wind, the way that it's blowing, it's not as effective as it was yesterday. It's not really affecting play as much, but as the game goes on, they will be a little bit stronger.
And we're paying our respects to the 3 nations too, a bit later on before the Division 1 finals with the 3 national anthems.
All right, we're going to step aside and come right back. You're watching the 2018 USAFL National Championships here on ESPN3. and in front of a growing crowd here at the Score Complex in Racine, Wisconsin at the Cooper's Beer Tent. This is the 2018 USAFL National Championships, the Men Division II Grand Final, as the Minnesota Freeze and the dark blue jumpers with 3 goals, 3 behinds, 21 points. The Portland Steelheads in the light blue jumpers, 1 straight 6. Before we get underway here in the second half, we want to throw it down to Gil Griffin, who will talk about, you see the players running onto the field, Gil. What functions do they perform?
Yeah, one thing might seem very odd to American viewers is seeing people that aren't actual players run onto the field. In Australian football, that position is called a runner. And basically what a runner will do is a runner is allowed to run onto the field and give instructions to the players that are coming down from the coaching box on either side, which is in the press level of American stadiums. So runners will also deliver instructions about play and other kinds of things, but they're not allowed to interfere with play by any means.
Comments from Gil. We're ready to rock, ready to run board. Here we go for second half action. Minnesota Freeze, Portland Steelheads. Minnesota have the lead. They are kicking to the right of your screen, if you know what I mean. Business in the middle of the ground. Spinorama. Steelheads are going to take care of business early. They send it way on down to the promise there and over the back, folks. This is it. We've got one, says the Steelheads, to bring us back into contention in this Division II USAFL Nationals final. Takes them on to 2 straight kicks, which is 12. Now only trailing the Minnesota Freeze, who are 3-3, 21, Brian Barrett.
And come on with outs, come on within. They not see nothing like Dave Quinn, who is all by himself in the back line. He was able to get free. Now they'll generally play man, as you say, Grillo, man-on-man football. You don't see much of it. You're seeing more of that in the professional league, but here with players that are relatively new, it's easier to just stick on your man.
Coverage, if you will, Brian. Take it away down the forward line here for the Steelheads.
Yeah, the Saints are trying to, or rather the Freeze are trying to get out of jail. Long handball for Shant. Goes up into the middle, picked off nicely. They'll go back to go forward for Shant again. Comes out to the near side, looking up high and taking a nice aerial mark was the man you see in Zach Weaver. Weaver gives it to C.J. Adams. Adams goes down the corridor, but that is intercepted. So here come the Steelheads. We're splitting in those light blue jumpers, sending that one up high into a contest.
Yes.
And now we're seeing Mergen will go deep inside 50. Mahoney, it ping-pongs around. He is shoved in. He is okay. And they'll get it out through the back there. Sending that one forward as Austin flipped. He has the flip and tried to make some fire. But in fact, the pilot light has burnt out, something like that, and we will have a free kick. As getting up slowly, having taken the mark there, was the 41 in David Nicholson. Long handball out to the side, not the best of idea, and over to get it is Zachary Weaver, and Weaver has been taken down. So the ball up will come 50 meters out, 45 meters out. Of course, we have the Mateship Cup going on, featuring players from the USA and Australia Armed Forces, as this is the 100th anniversary of that affiliation. That is one of the best features of this tournament, and something that is one of my favorite features in national history.
And be featuring an Australian by the name of Matthew Dellavedova, if you will, the NBA champion with Cleveland, and now playing with the Bucks, and big Mason Cox from the Collingwood Football Club too. So a mad fan is Matthew Dellavedova. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, number 25 here for the Freeze was Hable, Keen and Abel. A nice mark way down there to that Freeze man. Let's see if he turns around. Oh man, oh man. To have a shot on goal from 30 metres out to try and extend the lead for his beloved Minnesota side. Number 18, how could I miss him? That was Nurijan Satyanathan. Yep. Here he is. Well, now testing the breeze with a blade of grass. He has smoked the grass today. The fields, the green fields of Coopersfield. Flat range kick there to the left. Knocked away there by the Steelheads. The ball is over and out, not far away from Tournament Central, which you can see on your screen, Brian Barrett.
And if you're a fan of AFL 12. As Edo Ellis mentioning in, this is Ray Chamberlain, who is a rather famous umpire, almost 300 games. He goes by Razor Row, and the ball goes out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, he can throw a football pretty well for a guy that doesn't do it most of the time. So here we have, again, the boundary umpire heaves the ball back into play, does Ray Chamberlain. Ball goes to ground, bounces away, stepped up nicely, just got it away. Mahoney digs after it, but so does his teammate. Now comes out to the near side, dangerously close to the boundary line. Missed that one pretty easy. Weaver, that was off the side of his foot, and Weaver puts that out. He did that right in front of the Cougars pier tent, and I'll tell you what, that's the worst place you could do it, just right in front of the peanut gallery.
Yeah, well said, Brian. Couldn't sum up anymore. A mixture of Americans and Australians, my God almighty. Almighty kick down towards the half-back line there for Minnesota. Tackle, rope ball and brand to the deck. Umpire says no problem. Gee, what the heck, I'll grab it and send it to the heavens. Back home in Australia, where they smack it down into the deck, if you will, and it does rise. Here they just toss it up between the two big guys here, between the Freeze and Portland. They rise. Portland with the tap, 5-finger death punch through. Not a bad band through the pack. Freeze run onto the free ball. Now they kick it towards their attacking side of town. They're hunting around, hunting in packs, attacking this thing. Good commentary wrap. USAFL with Barish and McGruer. Out the side door the Steelheads go. Then through the front door to try and break free. I've just got to break free, but I can't. I was bombardized. Bodily line. Let's get physical by the Minnesota Freeze. And zigzagging, zooming in. A good defensive marker. Oh, a touch live off the boot. Got to get your horse and ride. Good tackle there by Nathan. Bootlegging around there is Werner. He's a Tiger man. He sends it up to the gates of the pearly gates of heaven. There's McLean. He couldn't. There's that man again. That's Nathan has a shot on goal, but our shot on goal was Nirijan Nathan. But he's missed the left-hand side and through for a minor score. Cooper's Beer, Cooper's Brewery from the land down under in South Australia, where a lot were born. 3 goals for 22. That is Minnesota. 2 straight to the Steelheads, Brian Barrett.
And as you saw there, you must kick it out. If you don't kick it out, you want to play on yourself, you have to kick it to yourself, as we saw just there at a free kick. That's been awarded for high contact, and of course you cannot make contact above the shoulders, as you can see there again, just a little bit high, and so the free kick moves on. That one goes up in and out of the hands of Brent Fisher. They call him Little Fish because his dad is Big Fish. Duh. And the ball goes to ground. Mooney diving in after the football. So too is Cole Harrington, named after the racetrack.
It's always a fallacy the size of a fish, you know that, mate.
Yeah, I know that. That's true. Well, the ball will come back up in the middle. Well, you know, Mark Fisher is a very, very nice man, and of course he's been involved with this Minnesota Freeze side since the beginning. He is from Australia as well. I believe he's from WA as well, Western Australia, just like yourself. And we will have a ball up. The umpire sends that one to the heavens, and once again knocking it forward for Shant. Rather, that was Marks, and the umpire says that was a low tackle as he got down, touched his shins, and said, "My socks are green." Free kick from the true center half-back position for the Minnesota Freeze.
Freeze will have the lead in this match. This match is not theirs at the moment, but they might have one hand on the Papa John Hurrell Cup. Churning and burning. They yearn up towards the alley in front of the broadcast position. Yeah, I like the afterburners. I'll turn around and shoot towards the centre half forward with the Steelheads. Almost a mark and a run off on the side. Straightens now to the offensive side of their ground. It's a foot Graves who's got legs and ZZ Top and fashion knows how to use them. Number 10 for Minnesota Freeze did. His functional brother up into the number 42 for Minnesota Freeze there is Spencer Risebeck. Risebeck does get his boot to it. It is on the centre wing. The ball is still alive like a bird on the wire. The boundary line out there. The Steelheads keep on trucking. They turn around, kick it back to the hell where it once came, and sitting there is another Steelhead. Steelheads, time really to rock and roll. They trail. It's a tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock thing. It's a moving thing, time, and time is not on their side. Oh, deep mark. Almost an excuse me while I kiss the sky there by that Portland player. Play action, right up forward flank. Looking for an ace in the hole and found him. Ace in the hole, brings it within field goal range now. Portland, and he backs himself from there. The ball-headed super freak of of the Steelers. They have steel resolve to Portland. They trail by 10 points. If he can kick this, he can bring his team within one straight kick of perhaps a D2 champion. Oh, a little sneaky kick off to the side on a slant route lead. Good idea. He hooks up there with the number 31. 3-1 being David Quinn. Come on without, as Brian Barish would say. Come out within. He is within goal kicking range, but he's hard up against the boundary, Brian. Can hardly see daylight between the two big sticks. Will he live the impossible dream from there? Here he comes, pouring out of seemingly the cornfields. Field of dreams on its way. Mark Bryce still hitting the teeth of goal. Rising there was the number 36 with the Steelheads as Wagner. And Wagner should make no mistake from here and should bring the Steelheads a little bit closer now. A little bit closer now. A little bit closer now. Point blank rounds. I'm all yours, Babushka. 6 points on the Coopers scoreboard. They now move to 3 goals straight, 18, Brian, and only trailed by 4 points. Minnesota 3 goals for 2022.
4 points the difference, and this game is hotting up, and the key was that mark as Wagner got up high and took it. That is his second of the game, and I'll tell you what, I was really impressed with him. He was in the running for best and fairest at the Western Regionals, and what's great about him is he gets that position. He doesn't look like the biggest guy, but he has enough muscle to get in there and take the mark.
The excitement is building, Brian. The quality is rising. We've got a D1 final to follow too. This is D2 action.
And of course the Women's Division 1 as well.
There we have Mr. Barish from USAFL.com. Check him out on USAFL website. Brian Barish, the media manager of this great game in the US. Take it away, legend.
Back in the air we go. And of course, Peter Holden will be joining us. Coming up next, the Women's Divi 1 Grand Final, San Francisco and Seattle. And the ball goes down, and it'll be a free kick. And I didn't see what that was for, but in any event, that's okay. It's a free kick to Minnesota. So here are the Frees wearing the icicles against the blue backdrop. Sends that one in. It's marked. And back the other way they come. Coventry screaming for the football. Instead they go right. He should have gone to him. Assyria Nathan, and there's McQuillan, who's been the man so far for Minnesota. And the ball is locked in there. It is cryogenically frozen, just like Walt Disney. And we'll have a ball up 45 meters around from the target for the Minnesota Frees. 2006 Divi 2 champions. 2012 trying to make the pattern go and wing it in 2018. That one is sent across the face of goal. It bounces out of the way of C.J. Adams. C.J. Adams! Oh my goodness! The little master does it. My goodness, his dad has taught him well. And his dad over there is beaming with pride, and he has extended his team's lead. Get around him, son. 4-4-26 to 3 straight 18. And what a great job of getting around there. And he just threw it on the right. You couldn't paint a picture any prettier than that, bro.
Well, as a young American kid who's grown up sleeping with Australian rules football, took it with him everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, he doesn't take the weather with him, but everywhere he goes, he takes a little red Susie Q with him. That little Redstone Cherry, I like to call it, the Australian football. Lives and breathes at the CJ Adams, and we think you will too, with Australian rules football. But they are not to be denied at the moment, the Steelheads. They have it. Was he zigzag out of defence, and I'm a turnaround shooter on goal, way on downtown. The tall takes a bounce. It's still alive. Could not break free. Would have sold his soul to break free out of there. Minnesota, let's get out of here. They connect, and they will settle things down through their number 14 there in Ian Robinson. Robinson, the saviour, out the outer side, looking for a hook up out there through their number 4. 4 being Fashion, who's got the Fashion Nugget type of build on Fashion. Oh yeah, sells the old okie doke, fakes it like Seether. Some space and time, and timely kick down towards left half forward. Oh, here he comes again, the speed machine. The number 18 in safety, and Nathan couldn't quite reel him in. They keep the change, moving towards the forward line to Minnesota. I'm your backdoor man. I'll sell the old hokey dog once or twice. Back to Sid, Nate the end. Can he do it 9-inch nail? Got deep in the pocket, across the face. As they hooked up out there, a mark has been taken by the number 22. 2-2 for the Minnesota Frees. Zachary Weaver, the Dream Weaver. He helps him make it through the night. And what a celebratory night it will be with the Weaver. If he can live the impossible dream from hard up against the boundary. Cannot see daylight between the goals. Here comes the Dream Weaver. Plays on banana kick. Shoots across the face. And through for a minor score. So, on the Cooper scoreboard, they still they lead. 4 goals, 5-29 are leading the Steelheads, who are 18, Brian Barish.
Back in the middle of the ground and just behind us, the Women's Division II title has been decided. The Sacramento Suns have won their first national title, combined with the Montreal Angels. And of course, Valerie Moreau, big hit. The crowd wanted the ball, and the crowd enjoyed that one very much. It's a free kick, and that was Chris Adams, CJ Adams, my goodness. He all of a sudden is playing with the virility of a man twice his age. He's going to send that one in pretty quickly, and it's marked defensively, so that ends that in the man in 52 for Portland. Check that is Austin Flynn, who's had a bit of the football, and now at the far side they come, going after the footy, and that one will stream away. They'll send that one into the middle of the ground, marked by
the Tiger
Warner. And you'd back him from here, and I'll tell you what, if he takes if he kicks this one, I think you can put this game quite literally on ice.
Weaver, Warner, the king of the jungle up there, they call him Tiger Man. Brian Barish, what do you see?
I see the two-finger salute, and the Minnesota Freeze are just about home as Warner kicks another one. 6-5, 35 to 3 straight 18. It's a 17-point lead. We are at the business end of the second half here, Grilla. The Steelheads are a good side, and I think their magic is going to run out.
It will, but you've got to play the game out to the bitter end, because you never know what happens. Can they kick 2 quick ones? If it's going to do it, it's got to be here, and they've got to get out of the chute here and ride that Mustang. Have they got their boots and saddles on? Well, they've come out with their boots on to Minnesota, not on their watch. Look at Saya Nathan down the bottom of the pack, happy to hold it up. They're going to go into lockdown now, Minnesota Freeze, to try and freeze this game down, like ice it. Like ice over hell, if you will. Not their first divisional championship, of course. No stranger to the podium, the Freeze. They have the culture, they have the fabric, they have the ball at the back of the pack. And when you have the ball, it is 9/10 of the law.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, just as it is anywhere else. The ball go up into the air, and that one is sent free up the far side. Over to get it again. Fashad coming through. Send that one up on the far side. A long ball across, looking for the man in Satya Nathan, and the ball will tumble out of bounds like some tumbling dice, Rolling Stone style, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 35 plays, 18 the score, and the ball will come in from directly across Rod Grilicic. It is whipped forward, going in, going after it, and McLuhan is lurking again. Over to get it. There, step right. He's borrowed out of the way, and that'll force a throw-in, a boundary throw-in in front of the man in Adam Clegg. So the boundary throw-in will come around 10 meters around from the Minnesota target, and they have it pretty much in there, pretty much right where they want it to, even if they don't get a point out of this. Flinton ran the football, and it's locked in there once again. The umpire says, please give that to me so I can toss it to the heavens. And gravity will take effect once again. You can see the flags in the background there. You might be able to at least. And that one is sent out the right side, but not as far as the man in Ryan Marks. So here is Marks, who stands 60 meters out. He'll look round, and they try to give that one in. Is that there? It is marked. And in fact, it was a free kick, and it was marked. So Portland's got to get on their horse if they want to get something out of us.
Go Cowboy, go Cowboy, go. Good ride out to the outer side. No mark taken. Ball still alive. Spending all the time and money. Can they find the money, honey? They have free kick on the play, holding behind the pack. And a kick to Minnesota Freeze. Going the way with Brett Mergen, who tries to play on a 50-meter penalty for dissent. If you're going to talk that way, walk this way in Aerosmith fashion. And unfashionably, the umpire brings Mergen now up to well within goal-kicking range. A boy, the salt of the earth up there in Minnesota. Cow farmer, I'm a country boy, comes on his four-wheel drive. Alive across the face and through for a minor score to Mergen. They move to 36 now. That's the Minnesota Freeze leading the Steelheads, who are 18.
As the train rumbles through Sturtevant Station behind us. We say that's the 5:15 to Craigieburn, just like in Victoria in Australia. It might be going through North Fremantle. Back in your home. Yep, here's Steve Fashant, who has the footy. He's going to take his time. He's going to direct traffic now. He has to play on because you only got 7 seconds. That one is sent in free. That one goes up high. Mark McLuhan. There's a reason they call him Hanger. He stands tallest. And my goodness. And he is going back for goal number 4. And that will surely give Minnesota another cup. The Freeze, as we said, 06, 2012, they defeated Los Angeles. And McLuhan goes, whoops.
Completely shanked it.
Well, somebody let the Racine Zoo know that I just saw Hippopotamus. And that takes them on to 5-7-37 to 3 straight 18. They lead by 19 points, Grilla, but that's 3 goals and a point, and I think they're home.
They are home and almost hosed on the outer side. They can't stop till they get enough, though, the Minnesota Freeze. They want more. And it's going to be a great night out the town here in Racine tonight for the boys from Minnesota, Tiger and Mergen and Co. There's Mergen there throwing himself in where Angels fear to tread. Never treading lightly around the ball as that man, the number 18 you saw in Nirajin, Sathya Nathan. And he has been a real live wire on the half-forward flank out there, like don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. 5-3 you see there for Minnesota, kicks for, and there it is. There it is. Division 2 champions, the Minnesota Freeze, have defeated the Portland Steelheads. 5-7-37 have defeated Portland. 3 straight kicks, 18, Brian. No stranger to silverware though in the past. Quite a trophy cabinet now for the Minnesota Freeze.
Yeah, it couldn't happen to a better club, my friends, because I will tell you that the Freeze have had a bit of an up and down season. They were rebuilding side in Division 2 a couple of years ago, but on this day here in Racine, they have taken home the chocolates over a very, very good, it must be said, and a very good, very well-coached Portland Steelheads side. So that was a fantastic game. They've gone on to win it again, their 3rd Division 2 championship. And that is just the second of 4 games that we have for you here on ESPN3. We have 2 more grand finals to go as we head down to Gil Griffin.
Well, you know, Brian and Grilla, one of the things that's said in footy is that big men don't get smaller as the game goes on. And look at Ryan McLuhan. Ryan McLuhan was all over the scoreboard and dominated through the air. Was a big reason why the Freeze were so dominant in taking marks. They outmarked the Steelheads 18-16. McLuhan took many of those marks and, of course, kicked those 2 goals. Had a shot at the 3rd one, a slam dunk, but missed it. But it matters not now as Minnesota takes home another cup.
It was in garbage time. Who cares? They'll maul them after that. They'll have the trophy. That's all that matters. So that will do it for this one. As once again, the Minnesota Freeze have done it. We still have 2 more. We get to the big boys and the big girls. The Division 1 national champions, San Francisco, Seattle on the women's side. When we come back, the 2018 USAFL national championships here on ESPN3.